welcome to the private schools edition of Varsity. I'm Ryan Aber, joined by Bob Prisbilla. Bob, a big game coming up this weekend. Tulsa, Cassidy, a team that had a great start to the season. It's been a little bit rough of late, but they go up to face their only in-state opponent in conference in Holland Hall.
Oh, yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks, but it hasn't been for the lack of effort. I mean, people just look at the scores, and they don't know much about these Houston teams. These teams are really good. Houston St. John's and Houston Episcopal are two solid teams. There's no embarrassment losing to those two teams.
And how's their psyche after these last couple of weeks after such a great start?
Yeah, that was the first question that I asked Coach Scoville this weekend. He said they're doing all right. They missed a couple opportunities on offense last week that really could have changed the way the game went, but the kids are still fired up. This is the rival. You don't really have to say much to try to get pumped up for this one.
And Holland Hall's a pretty good team in their own right.
Definitely. They beat Houston St. John's this last weekend, which I actually thought was an upset. I really didn't think that they were going to do it. So they're coming around at just the right time as well. And
Tad Gross seems to have his team prepared week in and week out, so that'll be a fun one to watch. Moving over to the OSSAA side of things, we talk about a team that Cassidy beat early in the season. Heritage Hall, after a really tough start, is really performing like a defending state champion.
Oh, definitely. I think the biggest key to the turnaround has been Sterling Shepard. Even though the Chargers are not known for their passing game, he's added to it. He's given them that other dimension, and that has eased, the burden has been eased for Barry Sanders.
And that was clear last year when they had a big-time quarterback in Turner Peterson, how much that helped their run game develop as the year went on.
Definitely, and not only that, but now they're getting healthy. They just had Austin Smith and Tanner France come back last week. Now Quintez Struble, who we all thought was going to be out for the season, is going to be back on Friday.
Is this still a team that can contend for a state title?
I believe so. If they play like they did last week, I mean, they showed what can happen when they put it all together. The key is to always have that focus 100%.
It should be an interesting finish to the season and the playoffs as the Chargers go. But thanks for joining us, Bob. Thank you, and join us every day at newsok.com/varsity for the best high school coverage anywhere.